How fast can you ascend in Cookie Clicker? This is the question I had when I picked the game back up again and decided to restart my save. And if you're younger than 12 years old, you're probably asking yourself, what is a Cookie Clicker? Well, to put it simply, you click this big old cookie right here, and then you can buy these little guys that are other cursors, grandmas, and even farms. Yes, you can grow cookies. And then if you want to make those guys better, you have to buy upgrades that appear after certain milestones on the guys that you buy. It's a pretty simple game that has a lot of detail and lore to it. Somehow. I mean, just look at some of these news headlines. Cookies are now more popular than relationships, says study. Pun in headline infuriates town causing riot. 21 wounded, 5 dead, mayor still missing. Factory-made cookies linked to obesity, says study. Well, okay, that one's just true. How do cookies do this to society? You know, maybe you buy a farm here, buy some more grandmas, maybe a couple mines, you know, digging up some cookies. As does everybody. That is the natural way, as everyone knows. Oh, hang on. What's that? It looks like a golden cookie. I wonder what that does. Clicking power 777 times for 13 seconds? I gotta click fast. We gotta do this now. This could be the only time. This is power. This is strength. This is the way. Oh, it's over. Okay. Well, back to peasant production, I guess. If you couldn't tell, that is the real way of ascending. I don't know how rare Click Frenzy is. That could very well be the rarest thing ever, but I got it on my first try. I went from making 400 cookies a second to 4,000 in just those couple of seconds. Like, that's the power of Click Frenzy. Because now I have banks and factories, and now I'm able to get farmer grandmas? Why would they want to do that? Why would they influence farms? I guess the grandmas are kind of like the workers here? I'm sure there's no hidden meaning behind this. After purchasing a couple more upgrades and buying more mines, I now have miner grandmas. Okay, that's a little weird. Ooh, another golden cookie. I wonder if it's Click Frenzy. It's just regular Frenzy. Okay, that's fine. They can't all be big hits. And you know, as far as the other golden cookie buffs go, this is pretty decent. And now I'm buying a kitten helper. What does a kitten helper do? Is something you might ask. Well, you get more cookies per second the more milk you have. Wait, milk? That's right, milk. As you can see, there's milk below the cookie. This grows and changes color the more achievements you have, which means the more achievements you have, the more milk you get, which means the more kitten helpers actually help out. Which for right now, it might not be that much, but later on, this could be insanely good. You want to know what else would be insanely good? Getting my channel to 600 subscribers. I'm like 10 subs away at the moment of me recording this, and if you've made it this far into the video, you might as well subscribe. It's completely free, and I upload pretty much every single day so that you guys have content to watch pretty much at all times. I also upload a bunch of different videos on my channel that I'm sure you would enjoy a lot, so be sure to go watch those. I put a lot of effort into my videos, and I would really appreciate the support. But with that out of the way, enjoy the rest of the video. After this point, things slowed down a lot. At this point, it was just buying more buildings, which is a little boring, but that's just what happens. But hey, we got another golden cookie, and it's lucky, which is actually the opposite, because it gives you the least amount of cookies out of every single thing you could get. I just want another Click Frenzy. And I know it seems like I'm getting a lot of golden cookies, but let me be honest, I'm not. This is after like 45 minutes of recording, so realistically, I'm not getting like anything. This is why Click Frenzy is legit just the best thing, and that's why it's always the thing you want. And there are no exceptions. That exponential growth you get with it is just such a rush that anything else is just like, it's just negative dopamine. It just feels so insignificant. It makes you want to sacrifice some grandmas. Speaking of grandmas, are they like the only human besides me? And where are these grandmas coming from? Like, I get like my grandma would maybe help and join, but like they don't get a break. I'm constantly like making cookies. When do they get paid? What do they get paid with? These are all questions you have to be asking yourself at all times. Does it even matter? In fact, actually, there's an upgrade with the factory, and it's just a sweatshop. So not only am I using the elderly to my advantage, but also children that I'm probably not paying. You know what? Nice going, me. Good job. Give myself a pat on the back for that one. All jokes aside, you do have to kind of question whether you are like the good person in this world, because you're just kind of making a bunch of cookies. Like, do we really need that many factories? Do we really need that many mines? Think about my upgrades. What is the big cookie? If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of like losing the plot here. Originally, this video was like, how fast can you ascend? But I genuinely do like Cookie Clicker, and like, the game is fun. If you're ever looking for like a good way to like watch a movie or watch YouTube or even a show, this is definitely the game for you. That's what I did. If you didn't know, I'm actually a big fan of anime, And this season, there's a bunch of good stuff out, like Dandadan and Kaiju number 8 season 2. I freaking love these shows. And this gave me a way to like watch them while also doing something for the channel. And now that I'm looking at it, it's actually a good time to bring up sugar lumps. Sugar lumps are really good. You can upgrade your buildings with these, which gives you a better base CPS, and sometimes unlocks games you can kind of play. The first one I decided to do was the one in the Wizard Tower. In the Wizard Tower, you can cast spells, which can literally summon a golden cookie. Like, that's how good some of these are. Although these spells do have a chance to backfire, which can give you like really bad negative effects. Like having your CPS for like 15 minutes, which is like really, really bad. So you gotta watch out for those. Except the one big issue with sugar lumps is that they take a full 24 hours in order to actually give you a sugar lump. There are ways to decrease this, but it's very, very long. But to be fair, they are pretty broken, so I guess they kind of need this nerf debuff. But getting back on track, you see that legacy meter up there? Once that thing is full, you finally get to ascend. And so far, it's really not doing that much. So right now the video is sped up by 50 times, and that meter is barely filling up. The reason why that is because you need to bake a total of 1 trillion cookies in order to prestige for the first time, or ascend for the first time. And baking 1 trillion cookies is not easy, especially on your first run, which you don't really know what you're doing. You're kind of just buying whatever is new. You don't really know what would give you more CPS than another thing. But there is one way you can get that meter to go way higher. And I think you already know what I'm talking about. That's right, Click Frenzy. When I say this is the best golden cookie, I mean it. In just those like couple seconds, it filled more of the legacy meter than the 30 minutes that passed by. That is how good this cookie is. I want to see no disrespect on this golden cookie. But as you can see, it's still really not enough. And that's not a problem with the golden cookie, it's just a problem with my clicks. The click frenzy has nothing to do with the CPS, it has to do with your actual clicks. So the more you make off of your clicks, the better that golden cookie is. Which if you look at all my buildings, you can tell that I'm trying to buy them in bulk. You should not do this. Don't do this. Unless you actually can buy them in bulk like that, it's not worth it. It doesn't actually do anything, and it makes you wait longer, especially when you actually start making more off your clicks from having those upgraded. Which is why this first Ascension is not optimal, like at all. At the start of the game, it might seem like your clicks are doing way less than your cookies per second, but that's just not true, which I was a little surprised at. To be fair, I was using an auto clicker and still am, but I'm not getting carpal tunnel on these hands, bro. Not yet, at least. There are so many things I wish I didn't do just so I can get this done faster, but of course, I didn't know. Cookie Clicker is a very big learning experience. You learn from your mistakes, and that's why every single Ascension after the first one is normally going to be way faster, even if it takes more to ascend again. And I got pretty unlucky, I think. I don't know. Maybe. Because pretty much what happened is the game is pretty much the same. You know, you can get like alchemy labs, you can get shipments, you can go all that other stuff. You can make cookies with a bunch of things, right? It doesn't really matter. But like I said, the golden cookie is what really makes you ascend. However, it took me an hour and 40 minutes to get another click frenzy. Granted, I did not click every single golden cookie because I just didn't see them. I didn't notice them, you know, I was mad dissociating. But I still clicked about 20, I think, maybe a little less, I don't know. But I did not get a click frenzy for so long. The video you are seeing that is sped up currently is by a 100x. Like, I'm not messing around when I said this took a really, really long time to get one. But when I did get one, I'll just let you see what happened. Yes! Yes! Oh, look at that bar fill up. Yes! Yes! Keep going. Oh. And then 18 minutes later, it happens again. And then you know what happens after that. That's it. Yes! Yes! So freaking easy, yo. No struggle at all. And just like that, we finally ascended. Now, don't do what I did. Do not ascend right away. It's not worth it. You don't really get that much from ascending off of one heavenly chip. It's not super worth it. And I know what you're all probably wondering. How long did this take? And I'll tell you. It took about 4 hours of in-game time. Obviously, I waited the 24 hours for the sugar lump, which, I mean, if you want to count that, I guess you could. So in-game time, like spent actually on the game, around 4 hours. If you want to count the sugar lump, like 28 hours. Oh my god. But let me tell you something. This game is addicting. Even as I'm recording this, I'm playing the game. Like, I really am. So honestly, I recommend this game to anybody. It's a good time killer. It's a good way to catch up on your YouTube, anime, shows, movies, you know, whatever you need. And realistically, you don't have to put all of your attention on the game. If you want to get golden cookies every once in a while, you can, but they're really not needed. Unless it's Click Frenzy, then you obviously need it. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want more cookie clicker content, I'm definitely down to do it. I'm already addicted to the game, so I might as well do it anyway. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.